Folks, you know us at JoBlo. We are always in the mood for a good old-fashioned action throwback. I'm talking the big, sweaty, bulky action cinema of the 80s and early 90s that has built this channel and probably also my taste in movies in general. The problem is, if you look at our channel, you can tell that we've seen all of these movies. Multiple times. And you know, that really got me thinking, where are all of the modern action heroes? You know, there used to be a time where you would see Arnold Schwarzenegger's name on a movie poster bigger than the title of the movie itself. And while I guess we do have our Henry Cavills and our Glenn Powells who pop in and out of action movies and always turn in good performances, I miss the days of seeing Stallone is in a movie and just going to see it strictly because of him. Naturally, this was a topic that I found fascinating and wanted to share with you. So let's pass it over to Chris and find out what the hell happened to the modern action hero.
It's over!
Nothing is over! Nothing! You just don't turn it off!
So who would you say are the biggest current action stars? Tom Cruise? Jason Statham? Keanu Reeves? Donnie Yen? Dwayne Johnson?
That's just ridiculous.
Well, guess what? All of those legends are over 50. In fact, Cruise, Reeves, and Yen are all over 60. Heck, a few of the most legendary action stars, all of whom are still cranking out movies like Sylvester Stallone, Jackie Chan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Liam Neeson, are all well over 70. And Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones himself, is in his 80s.
I'm too old for this shit.
So what, you might say? People do get old. Deal with it. Yes, that's absolutely true. But there's a huge vacuum in Hollywood that no one really addresses. Where are all the young action heroes?
All right, everyone, chill.
Who is gonna pick up the mantle once the legends are gone? Now, of the names listed above, I'd expect Statham, Reeves, and Cruise to keep making action movies well into their 70s and beyond. I have a feeling that Cruise is going to be the world's first ever 100-year-old action star. The Rock, I'm not so sure, as he seems to be leaning more towards drama lately. But that begs the question, who can keep the genre going?
Get out of here, freak. That little suit's gonna get all full of blood.
Mine are yours.
We really need new action heroes, people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. But the opportunities just don't seem to be there. Granted, sometimes younger action actors get a tryout. Glenn Powell is about to get a massive one this November when he stars in Edgar Wright's new version of The Running Man, which was famously turned into an Arnold Schwarzenegger action classic in 1987.
Stop filming me!
Powell is the right age, he's 36, and he's got a solid physique. The trailers are all promoting his intensity. That said, action hero launches just don't always work. Take Chris Hemsworth. He's one of the many Marvel veterans who've tried to parlay his comic book roles into solid action vehicles, and he's had mixed results. He partnered up with Michael Mann for Black Hat, but that was a disaster. That said, he did have two big action hits on Netflix with the Extraction movies. Still, with him tied up in the MCU and his only real solo successes being on streaming, it's unclear if audiences will turn out to see him in big theatrical action movies. Another big question mark to me is Ryan Gosling. He dipped his toe into action with The Gray Man, but it was widely seen as underwhelming. The Fall Guy, which was intended to be his big screen, big action launching pad, underperformed. Gosling seems more likely to follow the Brad Pitt route, while occasionally doing an action movie, never really becoming an action star. Another actor leaving a major hole is Denzel Washington. Now, the types of movies he made were typically adult thrillers with strong action elements, especially his collaborations with Tony Scott, but that genre is all but extinct. His Equalizer trilogy leaned more heavily into the action genre, but like many of the stars on this list, he's getting much older and likely doesn't want to spend his twilight years exclusively making action flicks, although I'd imagine he'll probably crank out at least one more Equalizer movie. Probably the biggest potential action star right now is Michael B. Jordan, especially after Sinners was such a big hit domestically. Internationally, it wasn't as big of a hit, but he's planning to team up with Will Smith for I Am Legend 2, and you can easily imagine him learning a thing or two about becoming a global action icon from a guy like him. But Jordan also doesn't seem to be like someone who's ever going to fully commit to the genre. He's currently directing the latest remake of The Thomas Crown Affair, which, if it's anything like its predecessors, will lean more romantic and cerebral than action-packed. Still, there are plenty of other capable would-be action heroes out there. Tom Hardy made Havoc for Netflix, but with him focusing on Mobland for the last few seasons, it's unclear if he'll have the time to go all in on theatrical action films. And also, did Havoc make that big of an impact? Other rising stars like Timothée Chalamet seem too physically slight to take on the genre, although he surprised people with his take on Paul Atreides in Dune. Like Michael B. Jordan, many people think Austin Butler might have what it takes to break into the genre. He's starring in the action thriller Caught Stealing later this summer, and he's heavily rumored to be co-starring in Heat 2. Pedro Pascal, now 50, also seems like a potential fit. For whatever reason, middle age still seems to be the sweet spot for male action stars. Just ask Bob Odenkirk.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
One actor who seems overdue for a shot at action hero stardom is probably Zac Efron. Despite his chiseled physique and on-screen charisma, he's never really dipped his toe into the genre, which seems like a missed opportunity. Jeremy Allen White, best known for The Bear, almost starred in Sergeant Rock before the project was cancelled, but he also seems like more of a Steve McQueen type than a Sylvester Stallone type. And how about the ladies? Truth be told, female-led action movies have a mixed track record at the box office. Charlize Theron is often pointed out as a standout, and she was fantastic in Mad Max Fury Road and Atomic Blonde. But The Old Guard 2 recently underperformed quite a bit on Netflix. In the right role, though, she still has what it takes to dominate. Many thought Ana de Armas was on her way to action stardom with Ballerina, but the movie flopped, suggesting that audiences aren't quite ready to accept her in that role, at least not yet. Scarlett Johansson may be the biggest prospect when it comes to female action heroes, but like many on this list, she doesn't seem all that interested in being so closely tied to the genre long term. Her Jurassic World Rebirth co-star Mahershala Ali seems to be pivoting back towards action with a movie he's doing called Your Mother, Your Mother, Your Mother for Amazon. He's probably tired of the endless delays with Blade. Meanwhile, diverse new faces like Dev Patel have shown promise, particularly with his gritty and stylish turn in Monkey Man, which he also directed. The sad reality, though, is that when a would-be action star headlines a big-budget action movie and it underperforms, they often don't get another shot. Charlize Theron has spoken out about this. After Aeon Flux bombed, she was essentially shut out of the genre for years. And yet, look at someone like Stallone. He had a whole string of flops between Rocky and First Blood, but he kept getting chances. Arnold? Well, did you ever see Raw Deal? That tanked in 1986. 1 year later, he bounced back with Predator and The Running Man, and they were both classics. The point is, even if The Running Man doesn't blow up Glenn Powell's career, Hollywood needs to keep doubling down on young action talent. The action genre is one of the most successful, enduring, and exportable genres in cinema. Without a new generation ready to step in, it risks fading into nostalgia while the legends keep aging out.
I'm still here, you shit eaters.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.